Screaming, it's not a game. Gleaming from ear to ear, wrist to wrist, ringing chain. Even me and Jay-Z got it locked crazy. A Ferrari, a Jaguar, switching 4 lanes from the top down, screaming out money ain't a thing.
Bubble hard in the double law, flashing the rims with the window crack. Holla back, money ain't a thing.
Jigga, I don't like it if it don't gleam. In the hell with the price, cause the money ain't a thing.
Put it down hard for my dogs that's locked in the vein. When you hit the bricks, new whips, money ain't a thing.
Y'all wanna floss with us? All across the board, we burn it up. Drop a little paper, baby, toss it up. Slacking on your pimpin', turn it up. See, the money ain't a thing. So deaf. Rockefeller, Labo, you know.
You're listening to the 24K Life on Vibe 106.com, the home of R&B, old school, new school, Motown, hip-hop, 90s, 80s, and more. Simply the best music 24/7. We are in the study of the Vibe House where we talk real life, real money, and being your best self. I'm your host, Derek Gant, and every Sunday, I'm here to help you think bigger, work smarter, and become unstoppable. You know why? Because around here, we don't chase mediocrity. We dominate and walk in our divinity. This show is about living your 24K life, mastering your mind, money, body, and soul to live boldly and unapologetically at your highest level. Are you ready? Let's lock in.
78% of Americans live paycheck to paycheck. Even high earners, over 60%, have under $1,000 saved. But a new money move is making way. Welcome to the 24K Life, created by financial performance coach Derek Gant. The 24K Life is where high achievers master their money, sharpen their mindset, building unshakable confidence and wealth. If you're done with the survival mind and are ready to thrive, visit 24klife.org. The 24K Life. Be your best. Get the best. Leave nothing to chance.
Hey, this is Derek Gant, and we are live on the Vibe106.com in the study where we bring you the 24K Life show. Listen, every week we are excited, we are interested, we are called to bring you tips and insights that will help you to manifest a better life. You know, a life with less stress, a life with less debt, a life that is more fulfilling, a healthier life, you know, a happier life. And we do that by introducing and sharing our 35 plus years of insights and tips on finance. You know, we have managed, my team, when I say we, my team and I have managed for over 35 years. Most individuals that are a little older, ready to retire, millions of dollars and don't know what to do. They've never actually really thought of themselves as millionaires. They just have accumulated this over their lifetime in their 401k and their pension plan and their savings. And we help them to adjust to retirement. We make sure that they never run out of money. And that's what we're here to do for you. We're here to help you accumulate some money. We're here to help you accumulate some health, so that you understand that your health is your wealth, and that if you do the right things right on a consistent basis, you're going to build momentum. And when you're building momentum, the beauty of that is that you don't have to work as hard when you're building momentum as you do when you don't have any consistency in your life. So last week, we launched our first series, and that series is one in which we talk about how to rise and be successful above all the noise, above the fray, above the bull. You know, there's so much going on in all of our lives that we spend a very little amount of time trying to figure out exactly how it is helping or hurting us. So last week, during this series of Rising Above the Noise, we talked about manipulation, and we went deep into the systems that are structured in place to steal your attention, to manipulate your thoughts, to manipulate your actions. not for your greater good, but for someone else's greater good. If you want to hear that show, just reach out to us on the show. It's 419-972-1922, and we will email you a link to last week's show. But this week, we are on episode 2, and it is Pay Attention or Pay the Price. Now, when we talk about manipulation, they are really manipulating you and your attention. Last week was about mental sovereignty, and that means managing the whole of your mentality. But this week, we're talking about energy sovereignty. What are you doing with your energy? And I posted that, where your energy flows, your success goes. Because it is imperative for you to understand that the reason why most people can't focus enough momentum is because they can't pay attention long enough to foresee what's going on. And this is all manufactured. This is all kind of convoluted with the manipulation portion because it does affect you one way or another. Whoever controls your attention quietly controls your life. So the question that you have to ask yourself straight out of the gate of this particular show is, where are you paying attention? Where are you paying your homage? Is it in music? Is it in radio? Is it in TV? Is it in social media? Is it in nonsense? Where are you focused? Where's your attention? Ask yourself that question. I used to tell people, I can tell you all about yourself if you show me your checkbook. If I can see where you're writing checks, I can tell you what's most important in your life. Nowadays, I'd have to say, show me where you're putting the most of your time, and I will tell you what's most important in your life, because things have obviously augmented. If you want to participate in the show, hit us up, 419-972-1922. We're taking all questions. We're taking all comments. We are taking all shout-outs. And speaking of shout-outs, we have a new shout-out because last week someone reached out to us and said, hey, we're Limba Fit and we want to be recognized on the show. So we're talking about Limba Fit. It is athleisure wear. You know what? Go to limbafit.com. It's about time. It's about you. And they focus on apparel, athleisure apparel. And if I can't tell you anything, my athleisure apparel game is drastically stepping up. Because you know what? We sit at a desk most of the time, and it's great to wear suit and ties. It's expected of bankers like myself. But man, more and more, I wear athleisure wear. So check out limbafit.com. Now, this episode is brought to you by AmenPoetProductionCompany.com. I actually went and checked out Amen Poet, and the owner, Mr. Charles Reynolds, is the man. He is helping you with all of your sound engineering needs. If you're putting on a gig, if you're running a symposium, if you're doing something that needs sound engineering, you need to check out AmenPoet.com. He'll take care of all of your needs. So we're getting into pay attention or pay the price. And this is all about mental focus and understanding that, focus is not a skill. Focus is a skill. It's not a trait. It's not something that you were born with. It's something that you can actually improve on and get better at. Understanding that the way, things work. If you remember the study when you were in grade school about Pavlov's dogs and how he would ring a bell and then feed them, and then eventually, and they would start salivating. He would ring the bell, they start salivating, but he wouldn't give them food. So just the mere fact of ringing the bell hit a dopamine in their brains that said there's food somewhere, and they start salivating looking for food. That's what's going on, in our social world. That's what's going on in our entertainment world. They're trying to make us believe that if we're not being entertained, that nothing is going on. And even furthermore, they're trying to get you to believe that the entertainment is real life, right? I mean, how many pictures do you think someone takes? How many video takes do you think someone does before they actually find something they like to post? right? And they show you the best picture of 100 pictures. They show you the best video of 15 takes, or they splice it together to not show the mistakes. That's not real life. That's not really what's going on. So I want to throw some stats at you. I'm a numbers guy, so I like statistics. I want to know what it really looks like, what it really means, and what's really going on. So let me throw some stats at you. So the average adult has an attention span of about 8 to 12 seconds before their attention shifts. That doesn't mean that they can't focus. It just means that without focus, their attention is shifting every 8 to 12 seconds. If you are an entrepreneur, or if you are a content creator, or an online influencer, one of the things that all of the marketing experts tell you when you're trying to create content, when you're looking to create something for your constituents, they tell you you have to get their attention in the first 3 seconds, or they will continue to scroll. 3 seconds. 1, 2, 3, gone. If you don't get me at 1, 2, gone. That means that you have to have everything lined up. Your first line, your first statement, your look, your eye contact, the colors, everything has to be lined up to gain someone's attention, or they're going to keep going on without you. Now, that may sound unimportant, but if you're creating content, that is excruciatingly important. And think about this. You have to do that over and over and over. And now you get a better vibe, a better feel for why people are continuously going further and further on the outrageousness scale, because they're trying with everything within them to get and keep your attention. There's algorithms for everything. So like even on YouTube, if you want to have a successful video, they tell you that you have to keep people watching for at least 60 seconds before YouTube will even count it as someone that's interested in your content. And of course, the more people that are interested in your content, the second it drops, the more they will show it to other people. So if you think the algorithms are fair, if you think that they're out here to help you gain attention, they're not. They're making it very difficult, even for the people that follow you, that like you, that are interested in the content that you're producing. Make it very difficult for them to actually see it, because they're looking for numbers. They want the most outrageous things to pop the fastest. And you want to know, what the heck does this have to do with me, my happiness, and my money? Well, number one, it's important for you to know that if you understand the stats I just gave you, that you're not seeing reality. You're seeing what they want you to see. But let's get back to the statistics. So we know 8 to 10 seconds, 8 to 12 seconds is what most people have for their attention before it shifts. But let's talk about how long people can actually focus. In today's society, people can focus, if with intention, 10 to 20 minutes on average. And if you focus for 20 minutes on a project, maybe you're reading a book, maybe you are working out, it is possible to do. It's just really hard. Even when you're working out, you see people sitting on machines looking at their telephone. They put TVs up in the gyms and they see people watching TV. Do you really think the gym wants you to get in shape? Do you really think they want you in shape? I mentioned this to someone. You notice that even the bigger national gyms, they leave Tootsie Rolls on the counter. They leave sugar, straight sugar on the counter, so when you come in or leave, you can grab a handful. They want to make sure you come back. They want to keep you where you are so that you keep needing to come back. And this is what happens with your attention span. If you are not removing distractions, if the task is not meaningful, if you don't have a calm nervous system, then you are going to consistently be pushed outside the realm of what you're supposed to be focusing on. And this is driven by smartphones, it's driven by notifications, it's driven by multitasking, and it's driven most importantly by those dopamine hits that I was sharing with you. But don't be dismayed. I'm going to give you some tools, some techniques, and some insights to help you overcome some of these hidden costs that are taking and stealing your focus, your time, and your joy. Every interruption that you allow to come into your focus, you're focusing for 8 minutes and you allow a distraction because your email notification dings and you want to go check that out. Every interruption costs you 20 to 25 minutes to regain that original focus. I mean, you see how much time you can be wasting looking and seeking and saying, hey, I'm really working to get something done. But every time you get distracted, it takes you 20 minutes to re-engage at the same level that you were before you lost your distraction. And this is why the most aware, intentional, and focused people seem to be the most successful. They can do it a little bit longer than everyone else. You know, you have to be aware that most of us think that being busy is a great thing, but being busy is nothing. Are you being productive? You know, mentally tired without real progress is going to lead to more disassociated, poor results. And you have to understand that the problem is not really a problem if you decide to turn the tables. If you decide to start focusing a little more deeply, if you decide to learn a complex idea or build long-term plans, you can focus, you can dig in, you can do it. There's no question about it. And we're going to talk about how this leads to you having more, getting more, and leveling up your life. Because that is really the name of the game. It is, are you leveling up your life?
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let go. Level up, 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 level up. All this on me so yummy, all this sauce so yummy. Know you want this yummy, yummy all in your tummy. Level up, 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 level up. All this on me so yummy, all this sauce so yummy. Know you want this yummy, yummy all in your tummy. Them more mistakes are gone, I won't do them no more. That's old news, that's new news, I done did that before. I turn nothing to something, my comeback on 100. Let's talk it, more action, you just gon' see coming. I just keep elevating, no losses, just upgrading. My lessons made blessings, I turn that into money. They gotta never settle, this view is so much better. I'm chilling, I'm winning, like on another level. Oh, you can talk all you want. See me as a prayer, nothing I'm afraid of, and I can have it all. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let go. Level up, 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 level up. All this on me so yummy, all this sauce so yummy. Know you want this yummy, yummy all in your tummy. Level up, 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 level up. All this on me so yummy, all this sauce so yummy. Know you want this yummy, yummy all in your tummy. They friends get dropped like weight. Team love don't want no hate. I'm grinding, I'm shining, up, I'm on my way. They gotta never settle. This view is so much better. I'm chilling, I'm winning, like on another level. Oh, you can talk all you want. See me as a prayer, nothing I'm afraid of, and I can have it all. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let go. Level up, 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 level up. All this on me so yummy, all this sauce so yummy. Know you want this yummy, yummy all in your tummy. Level up, 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 level up. All this on me so yummy, all this sauce so yummy. Know you want this yummy, yummy all in your tummy. All this sauce so level, on another level. Elevate your level, level. Graduate your level, there's no one on it. Nah. Eh. All this sauce so level, on another level. Elevate your level, level. Graduate your level, there's no one on it. Nah. Eh. Level up, level up, level up, level up, level up. yummy, yummy all in your tummy. Level up, 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 level up. All this on me so yummy, all this sauce so yummy. Know you want this yummy, yummy all in your tummy.
Yeah, I hope you're leveling up. It's that
78%
time.
of Americans live paycheck to paycheck, but you don't have to.
Hey, that was me messing up an ad. Hopefully you are listening and knowing that we're going to get this straight. Listen, if you don't think that there is a new economy, it is a different world that we live in. We were in the gig economy. That was the economy that was quick fixes. So we got Uber drivers and we got meal deliveries. Now we're in the attention economy. It is the one way. I'm going to teach you why you need to understand this, because attention is more valuable than time now. Attention is more valuable than money right now, because attention can be monetized. And so how they monetize it through ads. So if they get your eyeballs on ads, they can make more money. They monetize it through data. What are you buying, right? So every time that you mention the word cat food, you're going to see more algorithms, more ads in your feeds on your computer, on your mobile devices about cat food. They monetize it through influence. If someone can influence that you love, that you like, they can influence you. They can make more by getting your attention, and they can also figure out what's shaping your behavior. Now, let's not get this twisted. It's not evil. We're not talking about evil. We're talking about new business. It's the new business model, and the danger is unconscious participation. You feeling what I'm saying? If you're not consciously aware that you are being manipulated, which was our last show, if you're not consciously aware that you are giving away all of the good stuff, then you will understand that it is vital to make sure that you're focused and that you know where your attention is going and where it's being monetized. You know, a wealth of information creates a poverty of attention. Think about this. A wealth of information creates a poverty of attention. So what happens is that they throw, who's they? The entertainment industry, the social industry, the news industry, anything that you're seeing on your device, on your TV, or the radio, that's they. That's the people that are fighting for your attention. I'm not talking about your kids. I'm talking about everyone else that's trying to monetize their situation off of you. And if you don't pay attention, they will help you to understand that if they just keep you distracted from building your life, they don't need to change your beliefs. They just need to keep you distracted. Who's they? The people making money off of your attention. They see what you like, what you click, what you engage on. You know, we see it too. We're watching the same algorithms. We're using our energy for good though. We're saying, what are our clients, what are our listeners interested in, so that we can bring more, which is why we share that you can reach out to us at 419-972-1922. And we will consistently answer your questions. We will make sure that you know we're here for your greater good. Now, understand that your attention is being stolen. What can you do about it? Well, you can make certain that have you ever heard of a Faraday bag? I'm not selling them. I just want to know if you ever heard of it. I was telling Coach Don about a Faraday bag. In what a Faraday bag is, it's a pouch that you can put a device in, like your phone or your iPad, or they even make some for laptops. But basically, it blocks the signal from the atmosphere to your device, because they're always listening, and now we know that they're always watching. So even if your little camera light's not on, they're still watching They're still looking, they're still listening to see what you're talking about, who you're talking about, what you're thinking about buying, what you're thinking about doing, and then they start to market that stuff to you. But a Faraday bag will block that. Now, I have several of them. I don't use them, but I have them. And, one day it's going to come around that something's going to scare the living you-know-what out of me, and I'm going to start putting my devices in this when I'm out and about. They can also track your location, right? We know that they can track your location. They can check you from tower to tower, but it will block all of that. I'm telling you these little things because at the very least you should be aware. Like I said, I have some and I don't use them, but guaranteed that if I need to start, I will. And these are the things that you need to know as well. So we're talking about how they're taking your money, your resources away from you, how they don't need to change your beliefs. They just need to keep you distracted away from that. So when I say a wealth of information creates a poverty of attention, what happens is that you get inundated with so much information that it is extremely hard to decipher what is meaningful to you. And you're constantly reading more, you're constantly looking more on topics with different angles, but never getting a better discernment about what it really means and how it applies to your life. So that simply means that you need to restrict the amount of information, where the information is coming from, and you need to be able to filter it down before consuming more information. It's not rocket science, but it's definitely hard to do when you don't know that you're being attacked, and you are being attacked. So we want to talk about the dopamine, the distractions, and the design, because this is all out warfare. And don't think that I haven't shared with you before that you are called and coded. That means that you are pre-programmed to deliver some sense of greatness. And the problem is that most people are so distracted with all that excess information that they fail to tap into what they're really good at, and how they can manifest even more. We talked about the great athletes, the great actors, the great surgeons, the great teachers. They're locked in. They are locked in, and they refuse to be distracted off of the mark of whatever they're called and coded to do. The problem is that most of us think that we're not equally called or coded for greatness, but you are. You are in your area of expertise. Do you know what that is? Do you know what your area of expertise is and where you should be focusing your attention? Or are you endlessly scrolling? Are you endlessly distracted from notifications? Years ago, I cut off my email notifications. Look at your emails and how many you get, and look at how many you get that are meaningful to your life, your business, your success, your family, your kids. Understand that there are targeted attempts to figure out, are you a short-term content person or are you a long form content person? That simply means that, do you like stuff really quick and short? Because I'm going to show you a whole lot of quick, short stuff, like those little, the shorts on Instagram, on their story. They do that because they want to get your attention for the short term. And that's why they limit those videos to a minute, because they know they're not going to keep you longer than that. But while you're endlessly scrolling, you can see something quick and meaningful to you, but not necessarily helpful in that 1 minute. It's the novelty of always coming up with some new gimmick. Now everybody's doing these cartoon caricatures of themselves. And I'm telling you, it's just, I don't even know what to say about it, because I see everyone doing it. And now when I say everyone, I don't mean everyone. I mean every type of one. I see doctors doing it, real estate people doing it, chefs doing it, regular people with a 9-to-5 doing it, tons of entrepreneurs and insurance people doing it. What does it mean? It means that they've been able to create something new to distract you from the Epstein files, to distract you from your voting rights, to distract you from the things that really should be getting your attention so that you can make better decisions, better choices. But here's the thing. I am a believer. I'm a believer, and I believe that with some insight, with some guidance, with some 24K Life tips, that you can overcome all of this noise, all of this nonsense, and do something bigger, better, and greater. The question
Therefore I
is,
say unto you,
what
things soever you
do
desire,
you believe? Do you believe that you're just
that you
stuck in this spiral? Do you even see the
you shall
spiral?
have them.
Or do you believe that you
Here's
were
a joint
called and coded
Dr.
for
Ferris
something
here.
incredibly more? You just haven't been able to do it.
Just believe you can do it. Just believe, nothing to it. Just believe in yourself. Just believe. Just believe. Just believe you can take it. Just believe you can make it. Just believe you'll get through it. Just believe. Just believe. I 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 believe in myself. I believe. Yes, I believe. Oh, I believe. Oh, I believe. According to your faith. You will overcome, yes you will. All you're gonna do is believe. Believe, 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 believe. If God be for you, who can be against you? Yeah. Just believe. You can take it. Oh, believe. You can make it. You can make it. You can make it. Just believe. You're gonna get through this. Oh, you know that you can. Oh, you know that you can. All you gotta do is believe. He said you're more than and what the word says. I believe. I know I'm healed. I'm set free.
So look at your last week.
Yes, I am.
Look at your past week. And
I believe I can do all things.
decide if you actually see where you could improve your focus. It's not rocket science. Just take a look, take inventory, and decide what you believe you were put here to do. And I promise you, you're going to find some more answers.
I'm sure you've heard the news. Financial freedom is within your reach, thanks to Derek Gant. With over 25 years of experience, Derek's 24K life philosophy transforms everyday challenges into stepping stones for success. Imagine mastering your finances, setting and crushing your goals, and shifting your mindset to elite levels. Derek empowers you with tools for financial freedom and measurable results. His strategies are crafted to ensure you live the life you've always dreamed of. From his book to engaging workshops and online content, Derek's insights are designed just for you. Start Start your journey today and turn your aspirations into achievements. Visit DerrickGant.com. It's time to live your 24K life. Are you ready?
Hey, I hope you're ready. It is time to live your 24K life. But did I tell you about what's popping off at 8 p.m. tonight? We got DJ Mr. J in the basement of the Study of the Vibe House bringing you all of the hits. Make sure you check him out. He will not miss. It's always a good time. Now, I want to dive right into the money because that's who I am. I'm the money dude, right? I'm the guy that's going to tell you how to get more, how to keep more, and then hopefully if you get more and you keep more, I'm going to show you how to have that more, meaning your money, make you more money. And I'm also going to share with you today how all of this ties together to your money. So here's what happens when you're distracted, okay? When you are not paying attention, you end up falling for more impulse buying because you're distracted. You're not focused. If you were focused and you are scrolling and you see something that you thought was perfect for you, you would look at your budget, you would look at your game plan, your long-term plan, you would look at your short-term plan, and you would see and surmise if this purchase falls within those parameters. Let me give you an example. You know, I constantly get asked to sit on local boards, right? We want you to sit on our board. You're a finance guru. You can help our organization do our money better. We really want you to come help us. But I have a personal rule. If it's not related, this organization, if it's not related to the elderly, or if it's not related to kids, I'm really not interested. So I usually, 9 times out of 10, will say no, because you have to have a code that you live by. And if you don't have a code, you will participate and fall for anything. If you don't have a code for your spending, you're going to get trapped in the impulse buying. Just take a look at your Amazon purchases, see what you've had delivered over the last 6 months. The next thing that happens with your money is lifestyle inflation. See, you get caught up in what the Joneses have, what the Smiths have, what somebody on your timeline has, and you start going to look for it. Because check this out. Even with Amazon or Google, you can take a picture of a dress that somebody's wearing on TV or on the street. You can post that inside of Amazon and it will go find the closest dress to that so that you can buy it. That is completely nuts that you are so distracted. They have you so tied up, so hemmed up in what you should be doing with your lifestyle. Oh my God, did you see those boots? I wonder where they got them. I didn't want to ask, but I did sneak a picture of them. Let me post this picture into Google or Amazon and see where these boots are from. And I promise you, they'll find them for you. I promise you. When you're not paying attention, when you're distracted, you tend to subscribe to more things, right? I know I bought some supplements and I wasn't paying attention and I ended up, it was buy one, get one free. But what I didn't see was that it was a monthly subscription. So when month 2 came around and my credit card got hit for $53 for these supplements that I hadn't taken the first set of supplements that came to the house. I didn't even take them yet. Now I have 4 bottles of this stuff. And I look and I figure out, oh, this is a subscription. Now, luckily for me, I canceled it because trust and believe, I am called and coded to help you elevate your money game. And you can't do it with hidden subscriptions. Subsequently, I went through and canceled every entertainment subscription that I haven't used in the last 3 months. Just canceled it. Let me tell you something. They will welcome you back with open arms if you decide to resubscribe. Matter of fact, have you noticed when you want to cancel a subscription or you want to cancel something, they say, hey, wait, don't go. How about we give you this discount? How about we give you half off? How about we do this for you just to stay? And I've fallen for those, and yep, I've stayed with the discount, but trust and believe, when the discount was over, if I still wasn't using it, if it still wasn't part of my plan, I canceled it. When you're distracted, I'm giving you a list. Here's the list. Impulse spending. When you're distracted, you spend more money. When you're distracted, lifestyle inflation creeps in. You have more subscriptions. Number 4, you have no long-term strategy. When you're distracted, everything is right now. Everything is whatever is right in front of me, and you don't establish or follow through with a long-term strategy. And finally, number 5, you're constantly comparing. And we know that the thief of happiness is comparison. Who are you comparing yourself to? Constantly. They have this, they're doing this, they're on vacation, and you want to do the same thing. So you start to figure out how to get those things. But let me tell you something. Focus is a skill, and it's something that you can build that will help you to save more money by not spending money. So take a look at what you spent frivolously. Man, there's certain words that I have troubles with, but that you frivolously spent last month. Take a look. So go to your phone, pull up your bank account, go to your statement and transactions, and go through everything that wasn't meaningful. It wasn't a bill. It wasn't an investment. It wasn't food. Or if it was food, it might have been fast food. But go take a look. Add it up and see how much money you spent last month, that was January, on things that don't really matter. I'm going to tell you that the plans of the diligent lead surely to abundance. The plans of the diligent surely lead to abundance. If you have a plan and you put it into action, it's going to work and you're going to make more money at doing that. That's the money game. It's the money game for them, because when they get you buying, their stock price goes up. You know, one of the most difficult things that I have to do as an investment and money manager is look at the difference between the investor and the consumer. So if you're out there and I own stock in this particular company and you are buying those things, my stock is going up. If that company is doing things that they shouldn't be doing or that are amoral, i.e. like, I don't know, let's pick somebody. Let's say Target, who appeared to be for the people until they weren't forced to be for the people. But you keep shopping at Target. What does that say about your intentions? What does it say about your focus? What does it say? Because let me tell you something. If you knew that something was going to hurt you, you wouldn't do it. You know, you stopped touching that hot stove after you were 2 years old, you know, because, you know, a lot of people don't believe fat meat ain't greasy. But when they get big and fat, then they know, oh, yeah, that fat meat's greasy. And now I'm greasy. And now I'm fat. And now I got to do something drastic to realign my focus so that I can do better. I'm just simply telling you that when you don't pay attention, when you stay distracted on things that are far and away from the core of what you should be focused on, you are living someone else's standard. And I am here to tell you that you need your own standard. You can't rely on anyone. And I know it's Sunday, and I know all of y'all went to church. Hey, I see you guys on YouTube. Say hello. I know you went to church, and I know you want to believe whatever was said to you there, but I'm going to share with you, listen to this very clearly. How many of those people on a global level that you heard speak on a Sunday weren't living it, and they came out later? How many of them told you something that said, well, this ain't in the Bible, but you need to believe it? Yeah, no. That's a hard no. I'm here to say to you, listen, you have to do your own work. That means that you need fewer inputs. That means you need longer blocks to focus. That means you need to shut off your notifications and your alerts. Is your phone constantly dinging and blinging and singing? I'm telling you, it's distracting, and it's back to the Pavlov's dogs. They don't want you to have any money. They want you to make just enough money to pay your bills, because that's what a good worker does. If I can keep you needing a job, then I can keep you, and I can continue to profit off of you. Listen to the money coach. I'm telling you that when it comes down to the decisions that I have to make about where I'm putting my money, and I'm looking at it, and most people will say, oh my gosh, so-and-so, Amazon's laying off 10,000 workers. Well, if you own Amazon stock, then you're happy about that because that means they're paying less money out. But if you are a community person looking to help people build, then that breaks your heart. So now you have to go reevaluate where you own, what you own, how you own, and if it aligns with who you are, who you're coded to be, who you are called to be. Can you be that person while you're doing and supporting immorality? I don't think so. I think that screws up your focus because if you're doing things in that light, then you're not focused on the bigger picture. You're not focused on the core of what you were really looking to do. So what we want to do is we want to have fewer inputs. We want to have fewer distractions. Again, maybe you cut off just some notifications, but I can promise you I've turned off almost all of my notifications to the point to where sometimes I worry if my alarm's going to go off if I set one for something because I've turned off almost all the notifications. I don't want to be distracted. I want to be able to lock in. Okay. You want to set aside time for intentional silence. When's the last time? I tell you what, right now, we're on the radio, so I can't do it. But if we were to take a moment of silence, right? 1 minute, people would freak out because they're not used to silence. But if you're not used to silence, how are you supposed to hear the voice of God? Hi, Lisa Robinson. How are you? Thanks for being on the show. How are you supposed to hear what you're supposed to do? How are you supposed to process where you're supposed to go if you're so busy that you can't hear his voice? You know, we have to get rid of the fact that we need instant reactions, instant gratifications. You know, you turn on your read receipts and people go, oh my God, I know that person read this. I know they saw it. How come they're not responding to me? And then you go into this illicit story about why they're ignoring you and why, you know, you're not important and why you're going to get back at them. And you don't know from one shade to the other what the real truth is. You don't know, but you've created this story. And then finally, the other thing that you can do is some sort of daily reflection. All I can tell you is that I structured the code by taking a look, and I structured my daily code by starting my day by being intentional. And then I do the best that I can to implement what I was being intentional about. But at the end of the day, and I'm working on this part, this is the part that I'm working on for 2026, is reflecting on my day. What did I accomplish? What didn't I accomplish? Did I accomplish what I set my intentions to, or did I miss the mark? And then what can I do to recalibrate to be a lot closer tomorrow? Hey, Tara, how are you? Are you called and coded, Tara? How's that new house coming, Tara? I know I need an invite. I need to come see the new crib. Anyway, welcome to the show. I know you've been on. You're just saying hi, Tara, but hopefully you had a great day. But let me go back through what you need to be considering in order to elevate your attention span to details. Because the people that are winning the most are winning because they are locked in. They refuse to be distracted by outside noise. So fewer inputs, longer blocks of focus, intentional silence. I know that I'm up to 30 minutes. I can sit for 30 minutes without falling asleep in silence. I'm glad you're doing well, Tara. 30 minutes, you know, but the goal is to get to an hour. I started off doing 5 minutes. Then I went to 10 minutes. And it's not that you're going to be totally focused because it takes work. But you need fewer inputs, longer focus blocks, intentional silence, no instant reactions. Stop looking for immediate reactions from yourself, from others. You know, give yourself a break. Give yourself a time to process, and then daily reflections. You know, boredom is not danger. And that's what they want us to believe. You can't be bored. Oh my God, you're bored. Let me tell you something. If you can sit still with no drama, that is called paradise. Silence is not emptiness. It's an opportunity to hear, to discern, and to decipher what's going on in your life. There's a scripture that says, be still and know that I am God. Be still. It should say, be quiet so you can hear my ass. That's what it should say, but that's not the scripture. It's Psalm 46:10. Be still and know that I am God, because silence is where clarity comes in, right? It collects your thoughts and it helps you to focus on what truly matters. We're going to finish up here, but I think it's imperative for you to do a little inventory, for you to do a little redirect, for you to go back to last week like I just asked you to, and see what you wanted to do with your week. And were you successful? And if you weren't successful, where were the distractions, right? Where did you let, even other people, where did you let someone else's distraction? They come over and they show you their phone and they're showing you some video of some dog juggling a cat. Of course, I'm exaggerating, but I'm saying to you, they're showing you things that are not meaningful to you. So why do they feel that you're approachable to show them this nonsense? And I'm not suggesting that you start being rude. I'm suggesting that you start to reclaim your authority, your focus, and your attention. And you can easily say to that person, oh, I'm sure that's hilarious. Send it to me. I'll look at it later. They got your number. Send it to me. I'll look at it later, right? And so understand that you are in control. You're in the power seat. You are the one that can run this machine. But if you let someone else run it, they're going to run it for their favor. They're going to run it for their profit, for their abundance, for their glory, not yours. And if you don't think you deserve some glory, I'm not sure what to tell you. I don't know if you remember, but I told you that my word for the year, and I told you this a few weeks ago, is elevate. So I play the level up song because leveling up is elevating, you know. And Coach Dawn brought to my attention that some words are triggering, even a word like elevate. And it could be triggering for some people because other people misuse the word. And then it becomes this tainted thing for you. And what I would encourage you to do is to be impeccable. Coach Dawn would tell you to read the 4 agreements. And one of the 4 agreements with yourself is to be impeccable with your words and not to let anybody else taint what you know is for you. So I'm encouraging you to go find your word for the year. I know it's February 8th, but it's not too late for you to lock in. And the word elevate helps me to lock in, guess when? When I'm not being elevated, when I'm not being locked in. It reminds me, hey bro, lock in, you're elevating. You're doing something greater. You're doing what you were called and coded to do. And there's nothing wrong with taking breaks, but make them intentional breaks. You see how that works? If you make it an intentional break, it's a real break.
Hey, what's up now? Brother, what's up? This is a groovy party, man. Yeah, brother, like solid. Right on.
So I play this song because there's so many people disenchanted with what's going on in our lives, in our universe, in our communities, with our health. My son sent me a picture of a piece of bread that somebody put underwater, and it would not dissolve. It was rubbery. You could actually squeeze it and the water would come out and you could soak it again. You know that we're not eating properly. You have to be more intentional. I'm playing this song because we know the heartache has been going on for this song is over 35 years old, but it's still applicable. So what I want you to do is tap into the feeling of elevating, of overcoming, of not letting anything get you down. You can ask what's going on, but guess what? You get to answer that question.
Brutality, talk to me, so you can see. Oh, what's going on? What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? Yeah, what's going on? What's going on? Oh, what's going on? What's going on?
Hey, you gotta love what's going on. I just got a text message. It says, I am going to save $15,000 this year. That's the focus. That's the goal. That's the lock-in. I can't tell you who said it, but what I can tell you, that's the work you should be doing. Not that number, but whatever it is that you were called and coded to do.
Everybody thinks we're wrong. Oh, but who are they to judge us? Simply cause our hair is long. Oh, you know we've got to find. Bring some understanding here today. Pick it loud and pick it sound. Don't punish me with brutality. Come on, talk to me. You can see what's going on. Yeah, what's going on? Tell me what's going on. I'll tell you what's going on. Right on.
I'm Derek Gant. This is the 24K Life Show. Hey, I want each and every one of you to win. I want that because I believe in abundance. And there is an abundance of joy, glory, resources, money, housing, fitness, finances. You just have to lock in. Understand what's going on and rise above with everything that you have. Protect your attention like it's gold, because that goal is going to fund your future. Be well, everybody. I'm Derek Gant. Yay, yay. I know that's right, Tara. Receive all that abundance in your life. I hope everybody's doing well. I'm glad that you guys tune in. It means the world to me to know that you guys are watching, that you're contributing, that you're telling me what's popping off in your life. Because without that, what does it really matter? What does it really matter what's going on if you're not benefiting from it? So if any of you in my YouTube family need anything, make sure you reach out. We're going to run a new challenge here soon. I'm figuring out what those details look like. So hopefully when we run our challenge, you'll participate. It's going to be a challenge to improve your mind, your money, your body, and your brand, because that is the 24K way. That is the life that you were meant to live. Be blessed, everybody. Have a great week.